Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well. So today we're going to be making two different iftar meal ideas kind of thing. So the first thing is pizza with a side salad, and the second is some delicious grilled chicken with pasta bolognese or spaghetti, whatever you like to call it. So the first thing you do is, of course, wash your chicken very well, and I like to cut some slits into my chicken so that all the flavors can get inside of it and coat it nicely. So of course, as you can see, I'm wearing gloves because I'm a bit OCD when I touch meat and things like that. But yeah, so I add in paprika, some cumin, black pepper, granulated garlic and salt. So I add all that into my chicken. And once I do that, I add in some yogurt and some olive oil. I'll have all the measurements, by the way, in the description bar below, so check that out. And then I go ahead and squeeze one whole lemon into the chicken mix. You can substitute that with vinegar if you don't have any lemon. But yeah, you need some sort of tanginess in there. So once that's done, I go ahead and mix very well. Make sure each chicken is coated nicely and in between the slits as well. So I go and put that into the fridge for 2 hours or an hour, whatever long you have. So as you can see here, very nicely demonstrated by my helper, that you have your flat pan, of course. Where else would you cook your chicken? And then I put the chicken onto the thing, and the sauce that's left, you're going to brush it on top later as it's cooking. So pop that in the oven for a bit. Whilst that's cooking, let's make our sauce. So our spaghetti sauce, I add in some I think sunflower oil or vegetable oil and a knob of butter. And whilst that's heating nicely, you go get your onions ready. And once your oil looks like this, you go ahead and pop your chopped or diced onions. I like to make it really fine as possible, so that it just dissolves into the sauce. And then I go and get a can of tomato and get a handful of coriander. Wash that nicely, wash all the sand off it. Believe me, if you don't wash it, you'll feel a crunch in your sauce and in your pasta, and that's going to be the sand that you didn't wash off. So once you've done that, add in to the tomato, add in a bunch of garlic chopped up and blitz that up. So yeah, blitz. And once you've done that, make sure you keep checking on your onions, by the way. And once your onions look like this, translucent, a little bit brown, it shouldn't be burnt, then I go ahead and add my tomato mix with garlic in there. So I add all that in, and then I also like to add 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, just because I like my spaghetti sauce very red and very rich. So I go ahead and add that in and stir it in very well. And then I go and add in some black pepper. I quite like a lot of black pepper and salt, as you can see. So I add both of those ingredients, and then I mix very well again. And then I like to go and take it on the smallest heat and the lowest heat possible on the stove, and cook it on low heat for about an hour or 2. If you've got an hour, do it for an hour. If you've got 2 hours, do it for 2 hours. The longer the better it tastes. Then I go ahead, boil my water and cook the pasta whilst the sauce is cooking, just to make it ready, so that, later you just add it in. Makes your life a lot easier, right? So I like to add my pasta in there, and then I just go ahead and drain it. Make sure you add oil into your pasta so that it doesn't stick together if your sauce isn't ready. So do that, and then once the sauce is ready, I go and add my pasta in and give it a good old mix, and that's basically pasta done. And then go check on your chicken. That should be done whilst you're making all of this ready. And yeah, that's basically what the chicken ends up looking like. Really nice. And yeah, that's the first dish. Very nice and healthy iftar. Rather than eating fried food and getting spots for Eid present, you don't want that, okay? Anyway, so next we're making a pizza, and this is going way too fast for me to tell you what it is, but I'm sure you can figure it out if you pause the video. So I add in my passata, some of that tomato puree, and then I go ahead and add heap full of salt, as it seems. And then I add some mixed herbs. I like to add a lot of mixed herbs into this sauce because of the flavor it gives, and the smell is just divine, you guys. You need to try that. Anyway, so then I go ahead and get my pizza dough. I've already made it like before and I had half left, so I'm using that up. If you want to know how to make that, then check the description bar below. I will have the recipe there. So once I've done that, I put it onto my pizza pan. I stirred it a couple of times because I just like it like that. And then I put that sauce all over the pizza dough. And that's basically the best pizza sauce you can have. So I go ahead and sprinkle that with a little bit of cheese to begin with before adding the toppings in. I like to do that because I just think that's how the professionals do it, so I need to do it like that. So my toppings are basically some grilled chicken breast that I've chopped up, jalapenos, some sweet corn and green peppers. You can add anything you want. I just felt like doing this little combo. It's just what I had in the fridge, if I'm honest. So add all that in, and once I've added all my toppings in, then I like to add all the cheese. I go ham with the cheese because I love cheese. I don't go in very light-handedly, go very heavy. If you're like me and you love cheese, go crazy. And then I add in a bit of mixed herbs. Trust me, mixed herb at the end on top, it just makes it so nice. It smells so good. So at the end, this is what it ends up looking like. I like my pizza a little bit browner than usual because I just like everything burnt. But yeah, this is what it ends up looking like. And I served it with a side salad because I just thought if I do it with chips, it's just carbs and carbs. So let's be a little bit healthy whilst being unhealthy. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys soon.